Have you ever owned a gun or know someone who has? I've grown up with guns and have been using guns for as long as I can remember. I started using guns to hunt when I was a little kid, and when I was in high school, I became interested in the sport skeet shooting. When I started this sport, I bought my first shotgun so I could practice on my own time. I was taught at a young age to respect the danger of a firearm while also learning how to control it. Firearms are not dangerous as long as they are used properly. In this speech, I'm going to try to convince you that increasing the amount of gun control laws will not decrease the amount of gun related deaths, shootings, or crime. To convince you that there is no need for more gun control laws, I'm going to explain why firearms are not the problem, why people need freedom with firearms, how more laws will only affect those who are law abiding citizens, and why more laws would not have stopped previous mass shootings, murders, and other crimes involving firearms. Firearms are tools that anyone can use to defend themselves. Just the sight of a gun is enough to make any criminal stop in their tracks. Many people find comfort leaving their families at home alone, knowing that they have a gun to protect themselves. Firearms make it possible for those who would have trouble defending themselves to have protection. Many people, especially children and the elderly, stand a much better chance when they have a firearm for protection. First, let's talk about firearms. Firearm is defined as a rifle, pistol, or any portable gun. There are many different kinds, all ranging in sizes, and they each shoot different types of rounds, which all have their own uniqueness and different variants. Now let's talk about why firearms are not the problem. A firearm can only be as dangerous as a person who is using it. Although there have been times where a malfunction or misfire has resulted in the death of a person, the rarity of it makes it insignificant to the argument that firearms are dangerous. People use firearms frequently for hunting or in shooting sports without being injured in the process. The danger occurs when people mistreat the power of a firearm and use that power with bad intentions. Now I'm going to tell you why we need freedom with firearms. Firearms are not only a way for people to protect themselves from criminals, but we also use them to protect ourselves from the risk of a tyrannical government. The more the government takes away from us, the less control we have over the government. As long as we are armed, the people will always have a voice. If the government takes our firearms, they will have nothing to fear and could control us however they like and take whatever rights and impose any laws they desire. Another reason we need our guns is because government has already overwhelmingly more advanced weaponry. The less firearms we have, the less power we have over the government. We need firearms in order to stay in control of our government and to protect our rights. Let's move on to why more laws will only affect law-abiding citizens. The problems with enacting more laws on gun control is that only law-abiding citizens will follow these laws. Even if it is illegal, a criminal wants a firearm, they will get their hands on one. The only person being affected by these laws are those who are not committing crimes. When laws are enacted, it is taking the power away from those who use firearms properly and giving power to those who are using firearms for malicious acts. If a criminal knows that a home or a store doesn't have firearms, they are more likely to commit crimes at those locations. On the other hand, if a criminal knows that a certain location has firearms, they are less likely to commit crimes at or around those locations. Lastly, let's talk about why more laws would not have stopped past crimes. Recent shootings, murders, and other gun related crimes would not have been stopped with the integration of more laws. The argument for more control on firearms and firearm trade is that they are being acquired by those who should not be in possession of weapons. However, most of those who are committing the crimes are illegally possessing these weapons now, and the integration of more laws would not stop those from acquiring these weapons. If a criminal is not abiding by the laws that we currently have, they wouldn't abide by the new laws that many people want to enforce. In conclusion, firearms are not dangerous. Criminals will always get their hands on a firearm if they want one. No laws will prevent this. Firearms are a way to protect our homes and families from interior and exterior threats, including our own government. The more power we give to the government, the more control they will have over us. The less power law abiding citizens have, the more dangerous criminals will become. If you have a firearm or know someone who does, I encourage you to learn how to properly and safely use it and consider getting one of your own. In today's world, you may never know when you'll need to use one, and hopefully there won't come a day when you wish you had one, but it was too late. Thank you.